Why is the mask over your eyes, Quibbles?
I just read that Paul, Saul, Paul, what's his name?
Well, both actually. First, it was Saul, but when his heart changed, his name changed too.
That's incredible!
Yeah, so explain to me, why was that mask over your eyes?
Oh, because Saul was blinded on the road to Damascus. And I'm pretending to be Saul.
You're such a funny monkey. Would you like to hear the rest of the story about Saul and how after he was blind, he did get healed?
Yeah. Let's learn more from today's Bible story video.
After Jesus died, rose from the dead, and ascended to heaven, people in Jerusalem who believed in Jesus were persecuted or treated cruelly because of their faith. One of Jesus' followers, Stephen, was even killed. A man named Saul had watched in approval when Stephen was killed. Saul wanted to put an end to the church. He went into the believers' homes, dragged them out, and put them in jail. Many believers fled the city. Saul headed to Damascus to arrest believers there, but on the way, a bright light from heaven suddenly flashed around him. Saul fell to the ground. He heard a voice saying, "Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me?" "Who are you, Lord?" Saul asked. "I am Jesus," he replied. "Get up and go into the city. Then you will be told what you must do." Saul got up and opened his eyes, but he couldn't see. So the men who were traveling with Saul led him by the hand into Damascus. Ananias, a disciple of Jesus, lived in Damascus. The Lord spoke to Ananias in a vision. He told Ananias to go to the house where Saul was staying. Ananias knew that Saul had hurt many believers and that he arrested anyone who believed in Jesus. But the Lord said, "Go, I have chosen this man to take my name to Gentiles, kings, and Israelites." Ananias obeyed. He found Saul and told Saul that Jesus had sent him to help. Ananias put his hands on Saul, and Saul could see again. Saul got up and was baptized. For the next few days, Saul stayed with the believers in Damascus. He began to go to the synagogues to preach about Jesus. Saul told the people, "Jesus is the Son of God." The people were amazed. They recognized Saul and knew he had wanted to put an end to the church. Now he was one of them. The Jews did not like Saul's message. They planned to kill him, so one night, Saul left the city. The disciples helped Saul escape by lowering him down the city wall in a basket. Saul was also known as Paul. Jesus appeared to Saul and changed him inside and out. Jesus Christ came into the world to save sinners. Jesus called Paul, who was once an enemy to Christians, to spend the rest of his life telling people the gospel and leading them to trust in Jesus.
Welcome to the question and answer show. I'm Moss.
And I'm Slippy.
We're here to answer questions.
Why was Paul traveling to Damascus?
To arrest and persecute Christians.
Oh dear! It's a good thing Paul met Jesus on his way to Damascus. Damascus! Well, what did Jesus ask Paul?
Jesus asked, "Why are you persecuting me?"
Why do you think God chose Paul to spread the gospel?
Although Paul used to persecute Christians, Jesus forgave Paul. Choosing Paul was a way for God to show his power and control of things.
Yay!
What are the ways you need to change to be more like Jesus?
How do you need to change to be more like Jesus? I want to be filled with God's grace and mercy. The Holy Spirit fills believers and changes us to be more like Jesus.
Jesus saved Paul and chose him to spread the gospel. Paul hated Christians and wanted to see all of them arrested and even killed. When Jesus changed Paul's heart, he spread the gospel all over. Amazing!